Have you ever met someone in their 90s or even hundreds who still has a twinkle in their eye, moving through life with ease and joy? It's easy to assume they were just born lucky, but the truth is, there's more to their longevity than genetics. In certain parts of the world, people live longer, significantly longer, while staying active and engaged. These places are called blue zones, and today we're uncovering the simple, everyday habits that keep them thriving. Now, don't worry. This isn't about following a strict diet or adopting an intense exercise routine. The people in these regions don't count calories or push themselves through grueling workouts. Their long, healthy lives come from something much more natural, something woven into their daily routines, effortlessly sustaining them for decades. And the best part? You don't have to move to one of these places to benefit. You can start incorporating these principles into your own life right now. Picture yourself in Okinawa, Japan, where elders gather each morning, stretching under the rising sun, sharing a laugh with friends. Or imagine a hillside village in Sardinia, Italy, where people stroll to the market, greeting each other like family. These aren't isolated cases. They're communities built around a way of life that promotes longevity. One of the first things you'll notice in every blue zone is the way people move naturally throughout their day. They aren't hitting the gym or tracking steps. Instead, movement is simply a part of life. They walk to visit friends, tend to their gardens, kneel and stand repeatedly while preparing meals. Their environments encourage movement rather than convenience. Now, compare that to how most of us live. We sit at desks, in cars, in front of screens, often for hours at a time. And it's no surprise that over time, our bodies start to feel stiff and tired. But making a change doesn't require a complete overhaul. It can be as simple as taking more steps, standing up to stretch every hour, or choosing the stairs instead of the elevator. Small shifts like these add up over time. But movement alone isn't the secret to a long, fulfilling life. There's something deeper that keeps these people waking up each day with energy and excitement, a sense of purpose. In Okinawa, they call it Ikigai, a reason for being. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, they call it plan de vida, a life plan. It's not about having a big career or chasing achievements. It's about knowing what makes life meaningful to you. It could be caring for grandchildren, nurturing a garden, teaching a skill, or simply taking pleasure in learning something new. Research has found that people with a strong sense of purpose live longer than those who feel directionless. It's a reason to wake up each morning with enthusiasm, no matter your age. Your purpose doesn't fade with time, it evolves. Maybe now is the perfect time to explore the passions you've always put aside. And just as purpose fuels longevity, so does the way we eat. Unlike fad diets or complicated nutrition plans, blue zone diets are simple, natural, and deeply satisfying. Meals are filled with fresh whole foods, vegetables, beans, nuts, and whole grains, often grown in home gardens. Meat is eaten sparingly, typically reserved for special occasions. But what's just as important as what they eat is how they eat. In Okinawa, elders follow a practice called hara-hachi-bu, eating until they're 80% full. This prevents overeating and keeps digestion light. Meals aren't rushed, but enjoyed, often in the company of family or friends. Compare that to the way many of us eat today, mindlessly, distracted by screens, rushing through meals without tasting them. So, think about this for a moment. Do you move enough throughout the day, or do you spend more time sitting? Do you have something that excites you, that gives you a sense of purpose? And when you eat, do you take the time to enjoy and appreciate your food? These might seem like small details, but they're the foundation of a longer, healthier life. And as we continue, we'll uncover even more habits that make Blue Zones so unique. Now that we've explored the role of movement, purpose, and mindful eating in longevity, let's go deeper into another vital aspect of Blue Zone living: connection. In these long-living communities, people don't just live longer because of what they eat or how they move. They thrive because they are deeply connected to family, to friends, to their communities. In Sardinia, Italy, elders are not pushed to the sidelines but remain central to family life, respected for their wisdom and experience. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, neighbors look out for one another, friendships spanning decades. They know that no one thrives alone. Science supports this. Studies show that loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, increasing the risk of heart disease, depression, and even dementia. Social isolation isn't just about feeling lonely. It has a real physical impact on health. But in Blue Zones, people don't just maintain relationships, they cultivate them. They make time for regular gatherings, meals, and conversations that strengthen their bonds. In Okinawa, this idea takes the form of moai, small, lifelong groups of friends who support each other emotionally, financially, and socially. These aren't just casual friendships. They are deep, unshakable connections that offer comfort in hard times and joy in the everyday. Think about your own life. When was the last time you reached out to an old friend, not out of obligation, but just to chat? How often do you truly connect with laughter, with warmth, with presence? It's easy to get caught up in routines, in the busyness of life. But the simple act of nurturing relationships could add years to your life. But there's something else Blue Zone residents do exceptionally well. They manage stress in a way that protects their health. Stress is a universal part of life. No one escapes it. But the difference between those who age well and those who don't often comes down to how they handle it. In Blue Zones, people pause. In Okinawa, residents take a moment before meals to reflect and appreciate. In Sardinia, laughter over a glass of wine with friends is a daily ritual. In Loma Linda, California, home to a long-living community of Seventh-day Adventists, people observe the Sabbath, a full day of rest and spiritual renewal. No matter the culture, the pattern is clear. They build rest into their lives. Now, think about your own days. Do you allow yourself to step away, even briefly, from the demands of life? Do you have moments of quiet, of stillness, of gratitude? Or is every day a blur of responsibilities, moving from one task to the next? A small shift, whether it's taking a quiet morning walk, practicing deep breathing, or simply sitting with a cup of tea without distraction, can make a world of difference. Longevity isn't just about adding years, it's about adding more moments of peace, of joy, of connection. And that brings us to one final, often overlooked aspect of Blue Zone living: mindset. The people in these communities don't just live longer, they live with a deep appreciation for life itself. They don't dwell on what they lack. They focus on what they have. They embrace gratitude, seeing each day as a gift rather than something to endure. This mindset isn't just about feeling good. It has measurable effects on health. Studies show that people who maintain a positive outlook tend to have lower inflammation, stronger immune systems, and even longer lifespans. Optimism isn't just an attitude, it's a longevity tool. So ask yourself, how do you see your own life? Do you spend more time focusing on what's missing? Or do you take moments to appreciate the good? The simple act of reflecting on what brings you joy, whether it's a sunrise, a kind word, or a favorite song, can shift your entire experience of aging. As we continue, we'll look at how these final pieces come together, creating not just a longer life, but a richer, more fulfilling one. We've explored how movement, purpose, strong relationships, and stress management shape the lives of the world's longest living people. But longevity isn't just about adding years. It's about making those years full of meaning, joy, and vitality. One of the most striking things about Blue Zone communities is their deep-rooted sense of belonging. Whether through faith, family, or shared traditions, people in these regions feel connected to something larger than themselves. In Loma Linda, California, the Seventh-day Adventist community finds strength in their faith, gathering regularly for worship and shared meals. In Sardinia, generations live under one roof, ensuring elders are always surrounded by loved ones. These connections provide comfort, a sense of purpose, and a natural support system. We live in a time when independence is often valued above all else. But true well-being doesn't come from going through life alone. It comes from having a community to lean on. That doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. It simply means finding your tribe, the people who lift you up, who make you laugh, who remind you that you're never alone. Think about your own life. Do you have people you can call on, not just in times of need, but in moments of joy? Are there relationships you'd like to strengthen? Sometimes, the best way to build deeper connections is as simple as reaching out, listening, and being present. And speaking of being present, let's talk about having something to look forward to. In every Blue Zone, people remain engaged in life well into their later years. They don't retire in the way many of us think of it. Instead, they stay involved. Some continue working in ways that bring them joy. Others take up hobbies, learn new skills, or pass down traditions to younger generations. The lesson here? Never stop growing. Whether it's trying a new activity, traveling to a place you've always wanted to see, or simply setting a small goal for yourself, having something to look forward to keeps life exciting. It keeps your mind sharp, your heart engaged, and your spirit young. And finally, we come to the most important piece of all, the mindset of gratitude. In every Blue Zone, people don't just live long, they live with appreciation. They savor their food, cherish their relationships, and take joy in the simplest moments. They don't dwell on what they've lost. They focus on what they still have. This mindset isn't just a feel-good idea. It has real, measurable effects on health. Studies show that gratitude can lower blood pressure, improve sleep, and even strengthen the immune system. It's a simple shift in perspective that can change everything. So, take a moment. What are 3 things you're grateful for today? Maybe it's a kind conversation, a moment of peace, or the fact that you're here, still learning, still growing. The more you focus on what brings you joy, the more life opens up to you. Because in the end, longevity isn't about a number. It's about how you live. It's about waking up each day with purpose, moving through the world with ease, surrounding yourself with people who make life brighter, and embracing every moment with gratitude. You don't need to move to Okinawa or Sardinia to experience the benefits of a blue zone lifestyle. You can start right now. Move a little more, connect a little deeper, slow down, appreciate. Small changes, made consistently, create a life that isn't just longer, but richer, fuller, and more joyful. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you'd like to make after learning about the blue zones? Let's start the conversation in the comments. I'll be reading and replying. And if this resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on living a healthier, happier life. Until next time, take care and keep thriving.